Hi friends, this is Jyotsna from konlines.com. In this session, I would like to discuss about the topic InfoSet. This is virtual info provider. It is one of the virtual info provider. The T code for this is RSISET. And through info providers also you can go RS11. Uses join operation. Okay, basically infosets are of two types. One is standard infoset and normal infoset. One is standard infoset. This is commonly used, or infoset. You can call this as. And the second one is classic infoset. Okay. Now for this standard InfoSet, the T code is RSISET RSA11. Okay, and for the classic InfoSet, RSQ01, 01, 02, and the SQ01, SQ02, and SQ03. In BW, in SAP R3 and SAP CRM. Coming to the standard InfoSet, now we are going to discuss about the standard InfoSets. Now this is like InfoSets are created using DS4, that is data store object, InfoCube, and the info object, that is characteristic master data. Okay, now we are going to create the standard info set. Okay, now let me have some points. In SAP BW, info sets can be created on ODS and info objects, but not in info cubes. In SAP BW 3.5, info sets can be created on ODS, that is operational data store objects, and info objects, but not on cubes, info cubes. Okay, and one more thing is we can use two info cubes in the info set. We can use two info cubes in InfoSet, and we can use up to 16 DS4s, maximum 16 DS4s in InfoSet. Now what I am doing is creation of, in my present navigation, creation of standard InfoSet on top of InfoCube. Okay, the T code is RSISET RSA11. Okay, now first, before going to this, what I need is I'm doing my navigation with two info cubes on top of the InfoSet, and on top of it InfoSet is created. Now I need two cubes. Actually I had created the cubes in my previous session, so I'm using this. I had discussed that cubes also in multi-providers. You can, whatever it might be, I need two cubes. On top of that I will create the InfoSet. Okay, now make sure that two info cubes exist with data. Okay. Now, what is the T code for checking this? RSA11. Now, log on to my SAP screen, select log on, run, select log on, give the credentials, continue with this log on. Now go to the T code RSA11. Now I said that I'm having two cubes with me. See here, observe this. I'm having two cubes with me, SIC underscore IT12 and SIC underscore IT13. I'm having two cubes, that is SIC underscore IT12 and SIC underscore IT13. I'm having two cubes. Now what I have to do is I have to check whether this cubes contains data or not. Select the modeling under the info providers and directory code is RSA11, and let me select my first cube, that is SID standard info cube for MA12 plan ISET test SIC underscore IT12. Context menu, select manage. Now select the request. See here, request is available for reporting. This is my cube and display contents. Field selection for output. Select the field selection for output. Select the required fields: customer ID, product ID, calendar day, currencies, units of measures. Select execute. Let me check the data, whether my cube has data or not. Yes, I'm having this data. See this: customer ID, product, calendar day, currency, units, product quantity, profit, sales, etc. I'm having this. And my second cube is SIC underscore IT13. Here it is. This is my cube. Same, check whether the data is there or not. Select manage, select the request ID, select your cube, display contents. Field selection for output. Select customer ID, product ID, calendar day, select the units, currencies, units of measure and the key figures. Select the execute. Here also my data is there. Means both the cubes are ready with the data. Okay. Now completed this. Now what I have to do is, my cubes are ready. So both info providers are ready. Now I have to create the info set on both of the top of the info cubes. Now create info set, that is standard info set. What is the T code? RS ISET, and through we can go by RSA11 through info providers also. Okay. Now observe this. Select here is your info provider. Select your info area. This is my info providers under modeling. This is the RS11 T code. Select your info area. Here observe this. Right click, context menu. I underscore IT set is my info area. Select context menu, observe the column, observe this, create info set. Double click on that. See here, create info set. Main object info set, long name, short name, info area. DSO info object, start with the info provider, DSO data store object, info object, and info cube. Cancel this. I said the second method also. What is this? Through the tree code rs I set, right? See here, the same edit InfoSet initial screen. Now observe this. This is my creation of the InfoSet. I can give here iset underscore it. Okay, this is my technical name. Now I'll create this. Select create the InfoSet. See here, this is my technical name. Give the long description InfoSet for the demo of InfoSet example. Okay, now short description also give the I said Joe new. Okay, now short description also given. I had given the long description and the short name. Now whatever I'm having is, I'm having the info products. I said that I can use for standard info set, creation of standard info set, I can use the info providers, data store objects, info objects, that is characteristics for master data, and the info cube, right? So my navigation is using two info cubes, right? So let me select the this one info cube, give one info cube name SIC underscore 12, press enter. It's processing. Okay, here see here info cube SID IC for MA12 plan I set test. Okay, now I need two info cubes. I'm having only one info cube. Change info set. This is my long description name. Now find one more cube also. SIC underscore MP SIC underscore IT 13. Now this is my another cube. Double click on that or drag and drop on this. Okay, no problem, whatever it might be. Now double click on the CID underscore ITS. See here, observe this info provider. Here all characters are not checked, so all characteristics. Now select these characteristics. Okay, now double click on here also CID. Okay, all characteristics was done, I guess. Wait, let me check. All characteristics PID. Okay, select continue. Okay, delete this link, no problem. Now select CID, connect the links CID to CID and PID to PID. Okay, now select the calendar day, key dates, whatever you want you can select. Observe the key figures for both the cubes. These are my cubes. Okay, now select activate. InfoSet iset underscore IT was saved. Okay, now let me check this. RSA11. Search for iset underscore IT. See here, observe this. Iset for demo of InfoSet example new. This is my InfoSet, right? This is the InfoSet. Now select your InfoSet, context menu, display data. I have to check whether this data is coming or not from the cubes. So this is like InfoSet is like virtual info provider. It will fetch the data from the other info providers. So let me select the fields. See here, sales revenue, product quantity, say profit on the sales, sales revenue for both the cubes, right? So I am selecting for both the cubes. Product ID and calendar day, currency, units of measures. Okay, I had selected this. Select execute whether the data is coming or not. One second. So this select the field selection, it is not activated, I guess. Okay, field selection. Now deselect all. Let me select the fields. Sales revenue, product quantity, profit on sales, sales revenue, profit on sales, customer ID, product ID, calendar day, and currencies, units of measures, customer ID, product ID, calendar day, currency, unit of measure is already selected. That's okay. Now go with this. Observe the data. See here, you can observe the data. Means InfoSet is a virtual info provider that will fetch the data. Here observe this, I am having two cubes data, customer ID, product ID. Customer ID, product ID. Means I am getting data from both the cubes. Okay, it's fetching the data from both the cubes. Okay, means it is using the join operation here. Okay, this is data display is done. Okay, see here I checked, we have to check this link CID to CID for both the cubes. Why? Because this is the common keys characteristics product ID to PID of the another cube. And we will check the activate this and we will check the data display data. Select a field selection. If I want to select only one, right? Profit, product quantity, customer ID. I want to select only one cubes data. Currency unit. Select, observe this. One cube data. Okay, like this. It will combine both the cubes also as I had showed earlier. Now let me display the data flow. Select your info set. Display data flow. Here observe this, the data flow is determined for the following selected objects. InfoSet for demo on InfoSet example Joe new iset underscore ID. Upwards indicates that my cube data means from the info provider to the reporting level. From the data target to the reporting level. I have not yet completed the reporting, and downwards indicates by selecting the downwards from the source system means from the flat file source system to the info provider. Okay, like InfoSets, and upward and downwards from the source system to the reporting. For now I have not completed the reporting, so I'll go with the data target or InfoSet from the source system to the InfoSet or data target. That is downwards. Select continue. Observe this. This is my data flow diagram. InfoSet for demo of InfoSet example Junior. Standard info cube for MA plan. This is one cube and this is the second cube. And data source for MA actual sales and data source for MP13 sales. This is the flat file source system. Let me, for better understanding, let me have the technical name on switch. Now observe the technical name. This is the physical info provider. This is the info set, which uses join operation that to combine the tables from different data info providers, whether it might be standard. It uses DSOs, info cubes, and info objects. See here, now in this case I'm using the two info providers, that is two cubes, and this is the data sources, and this is the source system. Okay, this is the this data flow. Now I had completed this loading of this, and I had displayed the data flow also. And now what I have to do is the reporting, right? We will discuss this in the next session. This is about how to load the data in the info sets with two info providers. This, as info set is a virtual info provider. Thanks for watching this video.